Court of Appeal. Thereafter, another appointment was made. We could not make it, but I duly explained myself out. I think the last one, when you did issue summons, or when there was an attempt to do so in an event, I did explain that the summons actually came within a very short time. We basically did not know the residence of our clients. What we have are their telephone contacts. But having made calls and I couldn't trace my client, it was impossible for me to trace her so that we would come before the park. I think following that, there was a radio all over everywhere, announcements of summons issued, and my client reached me very quickly to ask me, what is this thing I'm hearing about the radio? And I told him that we had appointment with the park and we did not show up, and that is why you are being called. I think thereafter, my client came to my office immediately, and I made an appointment to ensure that we reach the clerk and inform him that my client was already in my office, and any appointment would be taken immediately to enable us appear. And I think that was done, and we're right here. We did not actually take anything for granted. We were serious about it. However, we apologize extremely for the inconvenience that our delay to appear before you has caused. I think that's what I want to state before we start.
Did I hear you say you do not know where your client operates from?
We don't normally know where our clients operate from in normal circumstances, unless...
Why would that be the case? Because I can tell you some of the committee members here sitting here is in their former lives, including the chairman, consultants.
Yes.
And one of the key requirements is to know the physical, not just the post box address, but the physical address of a client. I mean, how do you transact business with a client whose physical address you don't even know? Is indeed a requirement among those?
It's not at all. It's not at all. We are not under any requirement to know where my client operates business or what he does. Yes.
Yeah.
What between me and her or him is the brief that I'm handling.
Okay.
And nothing else. Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, who is Josephine Kabura?
Chairman, perhaps before I finish, I also need to give a brief on certain things that we have with us.
Okay.
Chair, we do believe that the letter we got dated 7th September 2016 sets out a number of things that we are required to answer before the park. You have read them out. Chair, we would wish to state this. I think there are previous appearances here and this has come on, and I know it is an ethical issue with my part as an advocate to also inform park that many of the issues that are being raised here are already in court. Money laundering issue that you have set out in your brief is actually in court from Monday to Thursday next week. There is yet another case, that is criminal case number 301 of 2016. There's another case, criminal case number 1905 of 2016 as well. In this one we have gone far because evidence has been tendered. We have already adduced evidence in regards to some of the documents that we have attached. Those are the LPOs have already been produced before that court. I do not know how the committee wants to go about this, but I take it on my part as an ethical obligation that I do inform the park that this matter could be sub judice. Depending on how park would want to go about it, I do not know. But I think that is an ethical issue and obligation on my part to inform you that these matters are already running in court as well. So we may be very limited in terms of what we want to state to you. However, we'll be at your mercy to lead us way through.
Okay, I understand you and I get you exactly. I mean, and you, by the way, you are not the first person in court to appear. There are several people in court who have appeared. The rules of sub judice, and I believe that is what you're inferring to, only prohibit us from talking about the merits. If you look at the questions that we have asked Ms. Kabura, these are general questions. I mean, we have asked her who is Josephine Kabura. That's general information. That has got, it's a matter that is relationship with Anwai Guru. That is not a question that is, the court is not there to determine whether or not they are related. How did you know about the NYS contracts? That is not a matter for the court to determine. You know, they are general. What I would advise you, Akili, yes, where you see that a question is going to, you know, to uncover the merit or demerit of a court case, we can set it aside, and then we can give you an opportunity to either to submit in camera or not to talk about it at all. But you realize the gravity and the public interest in this matter. I can tell you that when you failed to appear here last time, and we said we are now directing the Inspector General of Police to produce this witness, it was relevant. That's how she got to know. That is the nature. So we are walking a thin line between public interest and what might be considered the interest, and the matters involved here are really grave. So please, I want to believe you are a very experienced lawyer. We will stay clear of the merits of the matters before court, but most of the issues that we are talking about here are really general, and I think we can proceed along that line.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So on a point of order, Chairman, I thought you will pronounce yourself to the Council's earlier statement that he kept this committee waiting for many, many weeks to see Ms. Kabura just because you as her advocate was not available. Chairman, I think that is an unacceptable precedence. If we allow things to be that way, then it is going to be that the works of committees of this House in future will be dependent on availabilities and diaries of lawyers. We had no business meeting Mr. Omino, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name, Mr. Omino. But we had all business to meet one Miss Josephine Kabura. You could have sent her with the most junior, most staff and lawyer in your office. At the end of the day, we want to talk to her. She's not the witness. You are not the witness to this committee, and therefore I think, Chairman, your acceptance as an excuse for his inavailability to produce for Ms. Kabura to be before us is, in my view, unacceptable and will set the wrong precedence for Parliament if we allow that to happen.
Actually, you are speaking ahead of the chair. What I was still commenting about was the environment of the... you were just coming in with my last pronouncement. I want to inform you, Mr. Omino,
yes,
that, and I want to see that goodwill traded today. The witness before us is not you. The witness before us is Josephine Kabura Irungu. And to be honest, you are also giving a bad impression of your company, that when you are not there, nothing happens. We have had witnesses coming here, because you are really here to provide only technical advice. You are not going to speak for Ms. Kabura. While I will let it pass, please get to know that next time we will not allow postponement because the advocate is not available. I think that has to be made very clear, because the witness is Ms. Josephine Kabura Irungu, not the advocate, and would expect you to have arrangements either with another advocate, because you are really just here to provide technical advice, aspects of law, so that her evidence can be within those confines. But I'll let it pass. So having said that, honorable members, I think I want to give Ms. Josephine Kabura a chance to answer this question. Tell the country, who is Josephine Kabura? Kabura, give us a brief about yourself. When were you born? What do you do? And where did you go to school? How did you give us just a brief, your journey from the time Josephine Kabura appeared in this world, went to school, and how she ended up in room 9 of the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Josephine Kabura Irungu, born in 1981 in Keharo, Murang'a County. I went to school in Kiangatia Primary School. Later on, I did my secondary school in Chania High School, and after completing the high school, I joined KCA University for a diploma in IT. I did a diploma and a higher diploma. Later on, I joined I did work with Home Systems. It was a subsidiary of Kenya Data Networks. And while I was working, I had interest in doing business, my own business, beside the normal working, maybe to get my daily bread.
Chair, we don't want to interrupt her. Maybe if she can also tell us the timing, like when she was working with the data company.
Yeah.
What's the timing?
Just briefly. We don't want to, but I think you're bringing an important point. So it is your submission that you have a diploma and a higher diploma in IT?
Yeah.
That's your submission?
Yes, Chair.
And you have certificates to prove that?
Yes, Chair.
You do. Okay. And could you just the timings? I was at KCA between this period and this period.
I joined KCA at 2001 and finished my academic at around 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's now the ordinary diploma?
Yeah, diploma.
When did you do the higher diploma?
For 2 years it was a diploma, and 2 years it was a higher diploma.
So all together?
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah. Then around 2006, I joined Home Systems. It was a subsidiary of Kenya Data Networks. I worked with Home Systems for about 5 years or 6 years, and so. Then from there I quitted Homes and I started my own businesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have evidence to prove that you worked with a subsidiary of Kenya Data Networks?
I do not have it here.
Yeah, but you can give it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Carry on. I told you I want to know the journey of Josephine Kabura from the time she was born in Kiharu up to the time she ended up in room 9 of the National Assembly of Kenya.
Then from there, while I was still working, I had some small businesses of supplying goods and services. And then after quitting, that's when I had interest to working with the government. And that was specifically the NYS.
The years, please.
That was around 2014.
Yes.
Is that the only business she ever did? Did she do any other business? Can she remember and advise us, please?
There were some small businesses I was doing, as I had earlier mentioned, before I came to work with doing supply with the government.
Which ones? Chair, could you guide her so that she can tell us all those small businesses she was doing?
Yeah.
Basically, it was supply of IT-related items and accessories.
IT-related items and accessories?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in other words, you stuck within the confines of your training, is that correct?
Yes, Chair.
Okay. Before we proceed further, there are members who have come. Please introduce yourselves. I will start with the member to my right and a friend of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry I'm late. I thought it was coming up at 10 o'clock. I would have wished to be here from the very beginning, also to appreciate the very details.
Yeah.
Am I already at the beginning?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Honorable Timothy Bosire, Member of Parliament, Kitutu Masaba, Nyamira County, and a member of this committee. Welcome, madam.
Thank you.
The chair already welcomed her.
Yes. Thank you. I was only being generous.
Okay. I'm Joseph Manje, Member of Parliament, Kajiado North, and a member of this committee.
I am Alfred Kiter, Member of Parliament Nandis, and a friend to this committee.
Welcome, friend to the committee. Okay. All right, Josephine, carry on. So you said you started doing business, you started doing business with NYS?
Yes.
How did you know about the businesses at NYS?
Okay, from my knowledge, I know the existence of Ministry of Planning and Devolution. That's how I came to know that there were work which needed to be done.
Were they advertised? I mean, were they advertised? Did you go knocking doors and inquiring if there is work in this office I want to do?
Okay, normally when you are in business, you have to be extravagant in looking for businesses. And after registration of my companies, I had given out my papers in different institutions. And later on, that's when I was contacted that if I can do the supply of road materials.
Contacted by who?
Maybe to say it was just a general contact after you do your deliveries to the various companies.
Is it? I mean, Josephine, this is room 9 and we are meeting here. This is Parliament. Parliament will never lift a phone to call you. Human beings do. Obviously, you can't say that it was general. Somebody must have called you and told you, Josephine, there is some work here to be done. And I mean, that is really normal. And it's not a matter really that we ought to belabor. Somebody must have called you, because we are looking at big amounts here. Somebody must have called you. Who called you to tell you that there is business at NYS?
Or who was your contact person at NYS?
Yes.
So that you can, Yes. But if you have forgotten, you can tell us you've forgotten, so that we can move.
She can't forget. I still remember the person who gave me an LPO worth 49,000 shillings in 1995 when I started my company. How can you forget? It's a big amount.
Maybe, Mr. Chairman, you can allay any fears you may have, because we are here in the interest of our beautiful country. And we are interacting for purposes of helping Kenyans to benefit, including yourself. Actually, including ourselves here by getting to know what it is and then be able to be of benefit to our beautiful country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. We'll give you time to talk and consult your lawyer if you want to.
This was the procurement department.
Sorry?
Procurement department.
Procurement department.
Yeah.
No particular individual?
No particular individuals, Chair.
Chair, I think you need to help this witness relax. If this meeting is to be of any value to us, I realize that the witness is not relaxed. The witness thinks she can withhold information. She is forgetting that she has already taken an oath. And by the way, there is no difference between this committee and court. This is Parliament. We are an oversight institution, and we are not here really to crucify you. We are here, Madam Witness, to help get to understand what happened. So just be free, relax, tell us all that you know, because if you are a business lady, you expressed interest at the Ministry of Devolution, you must have talked with people. If there is someone who introduced you, it is very normal for people to introduce each other. That is how people do business in this country. There is nothing illegal. You can even say Mbadi introduced you. and to me that is not a problem. So, Chairman, kindly help the witness relax, then and to give us information.
I think we did that, and by saying that we were quite willing to even disregard the, I don't want to call them transgressions, but the fact that they appear to be dodging appearance for quite a number of occasions. So, Josephine, Ms. Kabura, are you finding any difficulty telling us the truth? Because you see, a lot of people have come before us, and they have also told us things, and you've also submitted documents elsewhere which don't seem to tally with what you are now telling us. Where is the problem? Are you not relaxed? What is the problem? Honorable Mbanje?
Chair, I thought if maybe the witness has maybe given her background, then she can go ahead and answer the questions.
Okay.
Because there are questions that were put to her. Okay. Maybe she will open up as per the question.
Okay. Right. So then I'll go through the questions as they were asked. What was your relationship with Miss Anne Waiguru?
There is no blood or any other relationship.
Do you know her?
Yes, I know her.
How do you know her? Have you ever met her?
I think that question is I have referred, and there is a document in court, and I cannot comment on that.
It's a public document, by the way, now. If you are referring to affidavit, I'm holding it right in front of me here. You've seen it in social media. It's not a secret anymore. So what are you not saying? Because this is a very public document. There's nothing about this thing that you can talk of a document in. A document in court. This, once you file this affidavit, it was filed in an open court. It was not filed in. You didn't file it in private chambers. You filed it in an open court. So it's here. So why are you not willing to talk about what you talked about in the affidavit?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Furthermore, we have not reached any details to do with the matters in court. This is a case of profile in the identity, getting to know your relationship. The way I came in quickly, Mr. Chairman said we have come in, let us get to know each other. And I said, I'm Honorable Timothy Posire, a member of Parliament from Kitutu-Masaba constituency, Nyamira County. And that is how I am here, a member of this committee. You see, this is a case of profile, the relationship, a matter of identity before we could go to the substantive matters at an appropriate stage.
And really, you see, the person you're talking about here, Anne Mumbi Waiguru, was a public figure. In fact, even now, I think she has gone back to public life, from what I heard, and I think I can be quoted on this. She wants to be Governor Kirinyaga, so she's gone to public life. If you ask me, do you know Anne Mumbi Waiguru, I'll tell you, yes, I've met her in this room, and we have discussed. So what is the difficulty? Why are you finding it difficult? And yet there are documents here to show that you are just holding back information. I will repeat the question. Do you know, how did you come to know Anne Mumbi Waiguru? And what is your relationship, if any?
Like I say, there is no relationship with Anne Waiguru. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the next question is...
Chairman, before you go to the next question, I think we'll take the work we are doing seriously. She said there is no blood relationship with Waiguru. But then initially she said she knows Waiguru. it's important that we explore a little bit so that we relate well on as far as the question is concerned. When did you come to know Waiguru? As far as you can remember, under what circumstances did you come to know Waiguru? And you can say more a little bit, because we have not reached to the really matter whereby we can say this or that. So you can be guided by, I don't know whether that is a lawyer.
Yeah.
You can be guided accordingly, please.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I think the witness is withholding information, and she swore before oath here that she will tell us the truth and nothing but the truth. The fact that she knows Waiguru and she doesn't explain when the acquaintances, when they met in whichever place you met with her, how you know her, and all these are not something you think about or you think through. It's something that everyone knows, that you met Melly, I was with Gumbo, I was with so and so, and we did the 1, 2, 3. That is it. Basically that.
Chairman, going back to our earlier question, first of all, I think we need to interrogate this affidavit. And I ask Honorable Josephine Kabura, does this affidavit
now she has become Honorable Josephine Kabura.
Madam Josephine Kabura, is this affidavit belong to you? And if it really belongs to you, all the questions from our chairman which you are asking, the answers are just contained in this affidavit. Not unless if others really want to disown it and say it is private and confidential and it cannot be discussed in public domain, then you have a very big loss. Our relationship with the former CS are properly contained here. Our work with the Kenyan data network are contained here. So it is, if she can take us even through this affidavit, all answers will be answered.
Honorable Mbadi.
Father Chair, I'm worried that Josephine Kabura is under oath. And this is also affidavit sworn under oath. And the way she's going, Chair, she's either misleading here or misleading the committee. And it's very, very dangerous, because you see, when her dealings with NYS is clearly spelled out how the role played by Anne Waiguru in helping us get these jobs, even the fact she was giving us earlier on that she got to, she presented her papers there, and that it is the procurement department that invited her, is all not correct according to this affidavit. Because according to this affidavit, it's clearly spelled out she was helped. Actually, the idea of even registering companies is not hers. It is Anne Waiguru's who helped her register the companies. It is Anne Waiguru who initiated the process of giving her the tenders. So I really don't know whether we would sit here, Chair, and see a witness either misleading us or trying to do another affidavit through us, which is in court. I think we need guidance here, whether we are getting anything from the witness or it is just a time-wasting exercise.
Honorable Manotti.
Thank you, Chair. We do appreciate when young Kenyans come up to do big business, like the one which Josephine Kabura is doing. But Chairman, you can get from her that she's not prepared to tell us whom she was dealing with in the National Youth Services. She can't just deal with the desks. There was somebody whom she was talking to. How do you call an office? When you call an office, you call somebody. Can she be clear and tell us the particular person she was talking to, so that we know what she was doing and what she was not able to do? And secondly, Mr. Chairman, is she the only one? Is the only director in that big company which has done big businesses? She can come up and tell us the true picture of our companies.
Yeah. Josephine Kabura, this you must answer really. Who in particular contacted you at the procurement? I mean, the department is not human. The department has no voice. I mean, the department can't call you. This room cannot call you. You can't say Parliament call me. And when you are called and you realize we're talking about contracts worth hundreds of millions, that you have to say. Who is the officer who contacted you from the ministry, the procurement department? Through what means were you contacted? Was it by phone? Did they write to you? I mean, you have to tell us that. You cannot just say that you were contacted by procurement department.
Mr. Chairman, kindly, if sorry.
Yes, Ms. Kabura, who contacted you from the procurement department?
Chairman.
Relax, Fatia, relax.
Yeah, honorable members, let us give the witness time to
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. As had already indicated in my affidavit, that I met Anne Mumbi between April 2012.
Yes.
And then we became friends. Then after that, she introduced me to the NYS, and that's how I got my jobs.
So you got the jobs through Ms. Waiguru?
Yes, Chair.
Okay. All right, that's good. That is good. Now we are progressing.
Yes. And now, Chair, can she tell us the particular person she was dealing with?
No. We'll come to that. We'll come to that. And let the chair control the meeting. So which goods and services did you supply, Ms. Kabura?
I did road construction materials. That is hardcore.
Sorry?
That is hardcore, soft and subgraded materials for road construction.
Those are the only ones you supplied?
Those are the only ones that I supplied with the three companies. I also did other businesses.
Like which ones?
Supplying of vector control equipment, supply of small equipment.
What do you mean by small equipment? A pen? Or a lawnmower? Or what do you mean by small equipment?
There are cutters, vectors.
Sorry?
The cutters and vectors, those equipment that are used in the engineering. Yeah, and I did protective clothing.
Protective clothing.
Yeah.
Now we are getting somewhere, you see. All right. And all these, can you remember the names of companies you're doing this business under?
Yes, I can remember.
Yes.
There was Form Home Builders, Roof and All, Reinforced Concrete.
Yeah.
There was Smartboard.
Sorry?
Smartboard. There was Gilnack.
Yes.
There was Gilgrain.
Yes. Yeah, carry on.
There was Electrical Mass.
Yeah.
There was Bright Technologies. Bright Thinking Technology.
Yes.
Starting trading.
Yeah.
Classroom technology.
Yeah.
Big Kent company.
Yeah.
Maybe to name but a few.
To name but a few.
Yeah.
How many were there in total?
There are almost 20 companies.
Oh. Are you the one who registered these companies? And did you have any other owners apart from yourself?
I was the sole proprietor of the businesses.
All the 20 businesses?
Yes, Chair.
How were you able to run 20 businesses, Josephine Kabura?
I was able to manage them.
All the 20?
Yes, Chair.
You were the managing director in all the 20?
Yes, Chair.
So you chair one board meeting today and tomorrow? Oh, in self prepared. She will talk to herself, I suppose. Okay, fine. Then that is good.
Mr. Chairman, the 20, did she say 20 companies? Or 20 or thereabout. By the time she entered NYS, were all the 20 companies already registered and working? Or you registered them in the series while you were there?
Yeah, but most of them were, they were registered as I was doing the work.
By the time you entered, how many companies did you enter there with? And as far as you can remember, so that you named them, you entered at that stage you had 1, 2, 3 companies.
I can help you. Do you want help from me? Let me offer to help you. They according to the bank records, Ms. Josephine Kabura, please confirm if these bank records are correct. The companies you had was Learning Gate Trading, is that correct?
Yes, Chair.
Benchmark Coaching, is that correct?
Yes, Chair.
Examatric Solutions, is that correct?
Yes, Chair.
Ambition Learning Equipment?
Yes.
Inspired Training Technology?
Yes, Chair.
Smartboard Learning Equipment?
Yes.
Classroom Technology?
Yes.
Startling Trading?
Yes, Chair.
Packing Stitch Emporium?
Yes.
Mindful Learning Equipment?
Yes.
Big Kent Company?
Yes, Chair.
Critical Mass Electrical?
Yes, Chair.
Essential Prodigy Trading?
Yes.
Reinforced Concrete Technologies?
Yes, Chair.
Roof and All Allied, Roof and All Trading?
Yes, Chair.
Form Home Builders?
Yes.
Gilgrain's General Supplies?
Yes.
Braincraft Trading?
Yes.
Bright Thinking Traders?
Yes.
Gilnack General Supplies, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Those are the 20.
Yes, it is.
Were there any other companies besides those?
No.
Those are your companies?
Yeah.
And in all of them you are the sole proprietor?
Yeah.
All right.
So, Mr. Chairman, by the time she entered NYS, how many companies did she have then? And these others, what necessitated you registering so many of them? Oh, okay, it's good. If I may repeat, if I can, to begin with, how many companies did you start with doing business at NYS? Number 2, these other companies, what made you register them as many as they have been read?
Honorable Shakil, introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Shakil Shabir. I'm a member of, not a member of this committee, a member of Finance and Budget. Just together with that,
you are a friend of the committee.
And a friend of this committee.
Yes.
I also chair the African Parliamentarians Against Corruption, so that's why I'm here. The question that was related is, of these companies, how many of them were already pre-qualified with either NYS or another government institution? Thank you.
You can answer those questions, the Honorable Basiris and Honorable Shakil Shabir.
Thank you, Chair. For the first question, I think I had registered about 5 companies. And then why I registered so many companies is that to get chances of doing business in various institutions. There are chances of getting more businesses when you have business, more maybe business name or company names.
So are you suggesting then you will be tendering against yourself? Say, for example, in one tender you submit Learning Gate, another one, the same tender, Learning Gate is tendering, Benchmark Coaching is tendering, Examatrix is tendering, Ambition Learning. Is that what you have in mind?
Yes, Chair.
Ah, okay.
Mr. Chesole, that question. Yeah, okay, sure, you have not gone to my other colleague's question.
Yeah,
so were there chances when you were applying, because it was a case of fighting for chances for business, was there cases when you applied for a job, you found you were the only one who had applied for that particular job? For example, 5 quotations or 10 quotations, and it happened that all of them were yours?
Thank you. That one I cannot know because mostly I'm not on the other side of the companies that maybe I'm
maybe to replace Chairman, to replace that question.
Please,
for you to get
honorable members, this is just one lady. If all of you appear to be all of you throwing punches at a go, it's
Chair, with your indulgence. With your indulgence.
Before it gets to yours, Ms. Kabura, Honorable Shakil asked, were you, to the best of your knowledge, because when you're pre-qualified, you'll get a letter. Normally it goes like this: we refer to your application dated that and that and that. We are pleased to inform you that your company, name so and so, is now pre-qualified with us and will get to you as and when opportunities arise. That is the letters that we normally... Did you pre-qualify? Did you get a letter like that?
Yeah, most of them were not pre-qualified.
Most of them were not pre-qualified. Okay.
Kate, which ones were pre-qualified?
Were there any which were pre-qualified? Okay, I will still help you, because like I told you, on this one we are here to sit up to midnight if we need to. Now we'll go one by one. Learning Gate Trading, was it pre-qualified? You had confirmed it's your company and which was doing business with NYS.
Yeah.
Was it pre-qualified? It's a yes or no answer?
Just a minute.
We have done that 4 times. Four times. That will be the 5th time. Huh? Okay. Relax. We'll get there, Chairman. Ms. Kabura, Learning and Gate Trading, was it pre-qualified?
Maybe for the business I did with NYS, there was no pre-qualification.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
So
that's what
please, Honorable Shakil, as a friend of the committee, take your time. We'll give you. Tell me, Honorable Mbadi, you're asking something?
Chairman, I have had questions being asked whether she found herself tendering alone. First of all, was there even tendering? I think we need to be clear. How were you getting business? Were they even tendering in the first place? Because we could be asking questions which can be answered in one sentence. Was there tendering, or you were just being called, supply this, and you supply, you are given LPO? Was there even any time you participated in the tendering?
Chair, it was not an open tender.
It was restricted tender.
Maybe there was no open tender, but was there tendering? Okay. That restricted?
Chair, I think my question would have answered, or maybe guided. Because there are three ways of getting business in government. One is through pre-qualification, whereby it is in the newspaper and then companies are pre-qualified. That is one. The second one is an open tender, that there is an advertisement in the newspaper and you are called upon to come and bid for that tender. And of course there is the third one, which is restricted tender. Of course the restricted tender goes to companies that are already pre-qualified. In which category did your company, all these companies, where did they fall in any of the three?
Thank you.
Yeah, carry on, please.
Thank you for the question. For this particular supply of goods and item, it was not an open tender, so
it was restricted.
What I was given and what my contact was the LPO.
The LPO.
Yeah.
Contact, Chair.
Maybe to clarify some issues here.
Just 1 minute, Honorable Manje, I'll come to you. Honorable Mbadi, I'll come to you. Honorable Karek Mbuke, I'll come to you. Can Honorable Bunyasi please introduce yourself?
Chair, my name is Sakwa Bunyasi, Member of Parliament for Namba.
Okay. I think let's be systematic. I know there are burning questions. Please hold your horses. All of us will ask our questions. I want now to be systematic. Honorable Abdikadir.
Procedure, Chairman.
Yes. No, you are not on mic.
Sometimes we are random and we confuse the gracious lady. If you can give one person to raise questions as far as one is able, exhaust. Maybe one of us question could have been answered in the process.
Okay.
Instead of us attacking from all corners, so that she gets a chance to relate and relate well.
Okay.
I think we will be able to cover ground more.
Thank you. But before we do that, the member for North Mugirango, please introduce yourself.
Charles Geni, MP for North Mugirango in Yamina County, and I'm a member of this committee.
Welcome, Honorable Mheshimiwa. Okay, now I want us to be systematic, please, so that, because if we keep on, if it starts to look like a flurry of punches, we'll not get anywhere with this witness. Honorable Abdikadir, can you ask your questions?
Thank you.
And Wakili, you can help her to note down the questions. This is Honorable Abdikadir, MP for Balambala constituency. If you don't have a notepad, we can give you a notepad.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, my first question to Ms. Kabura is if she knows people who are called the supplies branch, and if her companies were ever pre-qualified as the supplies branch. Because I would like to know that, because all her businesses were done through the supplies branch. Secondly is, for you to undertake tenders as big as this, you've got a lot of things, commitments, performance, bonds and all this. I want to know whether there were any with regards to the businesses that she was given, because this again are standard accepted whatever. Even if you were given as a single person, single sourced, but did you or were you required to undertake the usually required financial obligations which pertains to tenders like those?
So the first question is, did you were you pre-qualified? I think she has said she was never pre-qualified.
Supplies branch.
Were you ever pre-qualified with supplies branch? And in all these tenders you did you ever at any one point submit a performance bond?
Can't we go back to the